Everyone, I am Mayan Rafaela, and for today, I will be discuss about the managing and caring for the self. What is cognition? According to EPA Dictionary of Psychology, cognition is a term referring to the mental processes involved in gaining knowledge and comprehension. These cognitive processes include thinking, knowing, remembering, judging, and problem solving. These are higher level functions of the brain and encompass language, imagination, perception, and planning. Cognitive psychology is the field of psychology that investigates how people think and processes involved in cognition. So, here are the types of cognitive processes: attention, language, we have learning, memory, and last is perception. So what is attention? Attention is a cognitive process that allows people to focus on a specific stimulus in the environment. And the language, our development are cognitive processes that involve the ability to understand and express thoughts through spoken and written words. Then, language can also allow us to communicate with others and plays an important role in thought. While learning requires cognitive processes involved in taking in new things, synthesizing information, and integrating it with prior knowledge, memory is an important cognitive process that allows people to encode, store, and retrieve information. While memory is also a critical component in the learning process and allows people to retain knowledge about the world and their personal histories, perception is a cognitive process that allows people to take information through their senses or sensation and then utilize this information to respond and interact with the world. And lastly is thought is an essential part of every cognitive process. It allows people to engage in decision making, problem solving, and higher reasoning. So we have uses of cognition: learning new things, forming memories, making decisions. So what is learning new things? Learning requires being able to take in new information, form new memories, and make connection with other things that you already know. Researchers and educators use their knowledge of these cognitive processes to help create instructive materials to help people learn new concepts, while forming memories memory is a major topic of interest in the field of cognitive psychology. How we remember, what we remember, and what we forget reveal a great deal about how the cognitive processes operate. So the lastly is forming memories. While people often think of memory as being much like a video camera, carefully recording and cataloging life events and storing them away for later recall, research has found that memory is much more complex. So making decision is lastly, whenever people make any type of decision, it involves making judgment about things they have to process. It might involve comparing or new information to prior knowledge, integrating new information into existing ideas, or even replacing old knowledge with new knowledge before making a choice. So we have an impact of cognition. First, perceiving the world. Second, forming impression. Third, filling the gaps. Fourth, interacting with the world. So perceiving the world is as you take the sensations for the world around you. The information that you see, hear, or taste, touch, and smell must first be transformed into signals that your brain can understand. The perceptual process allows you to take in sensory information and convert it into signal what your brain and can understand and act upon. While forming impressions is the world is full of an endless amount of sensory experiences. To make meaning out of this incoming information, it is important for your brain to be able to reduce your experience of the world down to the fundamentals. You remember everything, so events are reduced down to the critical concept and ideas that you need. While filling the gaps in addition to reducing information to make it more memorable and understandable. People also elaborate on these memories, they reconstruct them. In some cases, this elaboration happens when people are struggling to remember something when the information cannot be recalled. The brain sometimes fills the missing data with whatever seems to fit. Then interacting with the world, cognition involves not only the things that go on inside our heads, but also how these thoughts and mental processes influence our action. Next is interacting with the world. Our attention to the world around us, memories of past events, understanding of language, judgment about how the world works, and abilities to solve problems or contribute to how we behave and interact with our surrounding environment. Tips to maintain and develop cognition. Stay healthy, think critically, stay curious and keep learning, skip multitasking, and that's be with all. I hope you learned something. Thank you and God bless.